SMT Nation, we back. Nation, we've got this great data coming out of Ookla. I just want to discuss it and share it with you guys. You can find reference to it. A link will be in the description. And of course, ways to support the SMT are there as well. All right, so looking at this data that was just released by Ookla, there are some key indications about what's going on in home broadband. You've got cable and DSL and fiber providers. Historically, they have been the home broadband providers. Now you have fixed wireless access. We're talking about T-Mobile and Verizon, who offer national scale fixed wireless access, 5G home internet. And it's so easy for people to adopt it. They send you a gateway. They don't even charge you for it. You just pay a monthly bill for the service, and you put this thing in your window, plug it in, that gateway, and then and you got it. You got service, right? So there's so many pros, right? And then the pricing, $50, $60, you get a small discount, not even small, like 35, 40, 50% discount, if you bundle services with them, and it's taking share. We looked at the data in the previous video, probably approaching 5 million subscribers for T-Mobile in just a few years. Verizon already approaching 3 million subscribers in just like 2 years. Absolutely incredible growth. So what's the business? How is it growing so fast? We know that fixed wireline, companies like Comcast and Charter and fiber providers offer the far superior service, but yet and still over 90% of the share of the gross ads go to fixed wireless. What's going on here? Why are they adding customers and why aren't the others? It's a simple calculus, guys. Everything we discussed is why, right? It's the price point, it's the availability, the ease of use, and it's a new competitor to the market. The other guys are either too expensive, treated their customers like crap, unreliable. These customers were looking for this option. Anyways, let's take a look at performance, right? Let's actually look at the networking. The thing that customers equate to a quality experience, right or wrong, is speed, right? Think about it. Who programmed them? Who programmed the customer to thinking speed was a metric of quality? It was the cable providers. It was the incumbent wireline providers. They told the consumer, buy more speed, it's a better connection. That's what they did. So they programmed consumers. So now they equate quality to speed, right? But then you have fixed wireless, which comes in a little bit slower according to the data. These customers are just thrilled. So maybe it's not speed. There's other factors that are as important or maybe even more important, right? So let's take a look at this data here. All right, so what does this data tell us? Well, performance on T-Mobile and Verizon 5G home internet service are holding up. Now, it's true, it is slightly slower than cable and fiber ISPs when it comes to the median download speed, right? So as an entire industry, right, fixed providers, so we're talking about broadband solutions fixed to an address, 207 megabits per second. T-Mobile came in at 122, right? So that is a substantially lower metric, right? And you look at the uplink, it's actually even, consistent. It's lower, right? So when you look at uplink, that's kind of slowed down for T-Mobile as well. They've gone from 19 to 17 megabits, right, year over year. Verizon has improved its median download speed, right, year over year. All right, so that's interesting, and of course that's connected to the C-band build out, for their 5G ultra wideband service. T-Mobile kind of hanging around. I don't really see them falling off. It says here, currently at 121 megabits per second in the most recent quarter. They seem to be holding up just fine. But T-Mobile does have slightly faster upload than Verizon for what it's worth. So you guys can see that all pictured here. So T-Mobile's in the blue. You can see them on the top line. Q4 2022 at 120 megabits. Q3 2023, 122 megabits. So a slight increase, about 1.5% there. Now with respect to Verizon, download speeds going from 94 to what looks like over 120. So they're increasing their speed. You can obviously equate that to C-band. You will see a slight dip right in the downlink for Verizon a little bit. That's probably just usage on the network and then upgrades, continued building. And then here's your uplink speed. You will see that T-Mobile is trending down slightly, and you will see that Verizon basically flat, right? Maybe that might be a small increase. I can't really tell. Let me see here. or a slight down. Wait, what is this? Does it even show it? I don't know. Anyways, they're holding up. They're building to this whole process, right? So they're creating more capacity, whether it's 10 gig fiber circuits or it's adding sites, cell splits, more spectrum on air. They're doing what they got to do, you know. So it's interesting data. Again, check out the details on it. But I think the fear and the fear mongering, I should say, of cable, you know, saying that these fixed wireless access providers are going to be churning customers. They're only getting them temporarily. They'll be back to cable. Not so fast. The NPS scores say otherwise, and these data speeds seem to be holding up. So, sorry, cable, you'll be waiting for that day. I think for a long time, and I don't think that day is going to come, personally. But what do you guys think about this data? Comment down below. You're the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.